Hello and welcome to my channel, Lost in Law. This channel is going to provide you some legal education from the perspective of a first-year law student here in Canada. Now, Canada and US share a legal system. We both use common law inherited from Great Britain. So, some of the topics I will talk about do directly translate to my US audience. However, some things are specific to the jurisdiction, so I'll always be sure to point that out when applicable. I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. Here, I'll show you a little. There's my disclaimer. So, if you do have a question about your specific situation, please contact a lawyer in your jurisdiction for more information. This channel is about providing the common understanding of the law to the common man. If you are a practicing attorney, you're probably not going to get much out of this channel because this is elementary to you, right? What's the test for negligence? What are torts? We'll cover some interesting topics and cases that I come across in my legal education. And feel free to send in your questions. I will attempt to answer them the best I can. Remember, I can give information about the state of the law and hypothetical, non-specific scenarios. But if I'm going to provide legal analysis on specific facts, it has to have been a case that has already been decided upon. We'll certainly have a look at the Canadian legal system, our Court of King's Bench here in my home province. Yes, it's now the Court of King's Bench because of the ascension of King Charles. We will also look at the decisions from the Court of Appeals and, of course, the Supreme Court of Canada. We'll also have a look at some SCOTUS rulings as well. Canada is a constitutional monarchy and a federalist system. So we have a federal criminal code that applies to all provinces. So a crime in one province is also a crime in every other province. There is some exception in Quebec because of their unique status. I am not going to be learning about civil code, so I'm not in a position to really show you the difference between the two. I do believe civil code is also used in Louisiana, being a former French colony. Don't quote me on that one. No, I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look that one up. But we'll certainly be looking at some of the interesting cases that I come across that help establish sort of just what certain words mean. I'll give you a good example. Each province has its own Highway Traffic Safety Act. And these are the things that you can get a ticket for. So speeding, failure to wear your seatbelt, having an unsecured load, stuff like that. Criminal offenses are still covered by the criminal code, the federal legislation. So that's driving under the influence, stunt racing, reckless driving. Now, most provinces have a law against distracted driving, using your cell phone, especially texting or talking on the phone with your hand. Now, each province has different sort of wording or language as to what actually constitutes using your cell phone. So, for example, if you mount your cell phone on the dash and you just press it once, that's no different than using your car radio or your in-car navigation system. Most jurisdictions won't ticket you for just tapping your phone once and using hands-free. And I think this applies to the states as well. I think most states have a law against distracted driving. But what about scenarios where the phone is sitting on the passenger seat and then you hear the ring that you got a text and you look over at it? Is that using? So there are two cases, one out of Newfoundland, one out of Saskatchewan, that defines what use means. And that's just some of the stuff that I think would be interesting for the common person to know. So look forward to this kind of commentary and analysis on this channel. Please subscribe. It helps me a ton, and you'll be notified every time I upload a video. I will try to upload at least twice a week. and we will cover cases, topics I find interesting. As well, it's sort of a study guide for me because it allows me to take what I've learned in class and then tell you guys about it. Will I always get it correct? No, no lawyer ever does. Not even an experienced practicing attorney. They can get basic law wrong. Well, actually, quite often. That's usually why you have assistants and researchers to help you. So I don't have any of those resources, and I'm quite okay being wrong. My opinion doesn't weigh very much because I don't have any practice experience. I don't have any trial experience. My commentary will be useful, for example, to small business owners who often deal in contracts and employment relations. Now, again, this stuff is covered under first year law school, so practicing attorneys look at the labor code and, oh, okay, well, there's a lot of settled law in regards to the labor code, right? What is wrongful termination? Well, that's especially relevant in today's cancel culture. Anyways, that's all I got for everyone today. Just a quick video to introduce you to this channel. Again, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe, hang out, interact, do all that fun stuff. Until next time, everyone, stay frosty.